start with this question, asking you about your philosophy, how you are dealing with your teams. And then we will start the questions of our, coaches, and then the floor now for you.
Thank you. But I will just go on with what I was telling before. In Poland, they called it the World Championship of the Honesty. My players in Poland find it so important that I'm always very direct, honest, clear. Yeah, they know that volleyball is important. It's not the most important, but if you play, you have to do it 100%. Yeah, I care for my players. When I was young, I felt like an older brother. Now I become an old coach, so I feel more like a father, and maybe sometimes almost the grandfather, but I care for my players. What means caring for your players? It's not only that you try to make your players better players in volleyball. Today, I was giving a book to my setter, Dragan Travica. It's a book, it's called Flow. It's about how to be more balanced in life. I think I want to learn my players something about life. But it's more than only the players. I always have a list from all the wives, all the kids. I know every player family, brothers. I know that it's important that I can help. If I want to help the player, I have to help the whole environment, everybody. That is my first step. Before I really go to volleyball, I have to understand the player. I think I would say that is one of my strongest points, that players really know I want to make them better in everything. Yeah, I think, and that's my philosophy. I started from being a coach who was winning some, you told me, some gold medals. I forgot how many. And then I started to be a coach who learned my players to play a bit better volleyball. Now I want to be a coach where players tell me, coach, you helped me in life. And because we are professional volleyball players, it's better you win than losing. By losing, you don't learn so much in life. You learn a lot, but you don't come further. So of course I want my teams to win, but I'm always busy. What can I do for my players? And I think that is like I started in the beginning. There's a book. I don't know. I like to talk about books. I know that. There's a book from Simon Sinek. It's a very famous American business guru. His book is called Leaders Eat Last. And it means that as a coach, you have to give the example. Yeah, and I think you have to always be there. If you are always helping people, your players will also be there. Yeah, so I think that's the big philosophy. Before we talk about volleyball, is about how I see my players. Maybe I just go on one step more. Sherif, you tell me, you know that I sometimes talk too much. So if you find that enough, you just put a hand up and I stop sometimes. Yeah, and if somebody else wants to stop me, no problem. Everybody can stop me, no problem. If we go further, if we go further to volleyball, like I explained before, I think my goal was always to make volleyball is a very difficult sport. It's impossible to play volleyball without mistakes. Yeah, if it were possible, you always win. So we have to learn to make it more easy. I help my players to make volleyball easy. So we accept some mistakes, we accept some other things, but you make things easy. I have a lot of balls who are my fault. If they spike, if I tell the guy stay on that and that position and the spiker spikes another position, it's my fault and it's coming on it's my problem, not the players. I think that's my biggest thing. It's easy. I have to help them to make it easy on the court to play. Yeah, what they do, they have to do good, but not too much. Yeah, and I think that's one big part. Yeah, I think that are my two biggest parts. Like I said, the total story and the story about how I play volleyball. Yeah, if I now, I think if you bring that to the Polish national team, I mean, In Poland, like I told you, one thing that was very important for the players, that they became very honest and clear to them, but also that I made very clear how I wanted to play. And I told them, if you play like this and you lose, it's my fault. It's not your fault. You have to play like I ask you. Yeah. And I as a coach, you have to take this responsibility. And I know that one day I will lose. I was still now always lucky. But I think it's very important that you, as a coach, you give an idea, that you also take responsibility. And I think I will give you one more small advice as a coach. You do what you want, but never say you lost. A coach who's telling to his team you lost is the biggest mistake you can make. It's I lost. Maybe we lost, but it's never you lost. Because I think as a coach, for me, it's important that you are an example. Okay.